Hello, my name is Pastor Kathy Kohler. I'm the pastor of Pleasant Valley Lutheran Church near Malabar Farm State Park and St. Paul Lutheran Church in Lucas, Ohio. Greetings. We are reading through the Bible with commentary. We are in the book of Ecclesiastes. And Ecclesiastes is not a very long book. It's got 12 chapters, and we're already up to chapter 8. It's one of the wisdom books. It goes along with Psalms and Proverbs, Song of Solomon. And a lot of what Ecclesiastes contains is actually proverbial forms of proverbs as well. A lot of the book discusses the idea of hevel. It's vapor, it's chasing after the wind, it's pointless. Why do we do all of the things that we do? We're all going to die anyway. And it's all pointless. We build this whole thing and then we die. We build this whole thing and then somebody else gets it that didn't build it and that doesn't appreciate all the work that we put into it. We do all of this effort to be wise and smart, and then so what? We die anyway. So all the way through, the book of Ecclesiastes uses the word hevel, Hevel, which is translated in this translation as vanity. And vanity in the sense of pointless, worthless, getting all caught up in yourself instead of appreciating what you are as God made you. God made you this, and God gave you work to do. And I am totally guilty of, I can get, oh, we should do this and do that and get all these crazy dreams and crazy ideas and crazy schemes. And a lot of the times God is basically saying, I just need to do the work that I have to do. I need to do the job that I have, take care of the kids that I have. Well, they're grown up, but still take care of the people that are in my life and do the work that God has given me to do. And all the way through the book of Ecclesiastes, there is this message to enjoy your food and drink, enjoy the work you have. I would add, and enjoy the people in your life. To do that, to appreciate what God has given you, to be content and pleased with where you are, is just beyond a gift, because you can be trying to get richer. How much is enough? For rich people, it's always more. You're never ever going to be satisfied. But to say, I'm good, I'm satisfied, doesn't mean that you don't get up and work hard and do the work that you have. It doesn't mean that you don't say, okay, this thing is worn out and it's time to say goodbye to it and replace it, but not because, oh, I must have the newest, fanciest one, but just because, thank you for your service, it's now time to get a new whatever that thing is. Today I went to visit a patient who is in a nursing home. As far as I can tell, this person has no clothing because I've only ever seen him wearing a hospital gown, and he is blind. I think he can see light moving, but that's it. And he's very hard of hearing, and he is the most pleasant, cheerful, amazing, contented person that I have ever met. And when I come in to see him, he's just so grateful to have any kind of company. And whenever I ask him, how can I pray for you? What shall I pray for? Oh, pray for all these people here to be happy. Pray for these people. I was like, how about you? What should we pray for you? Oh, I'm good. And I think, here he is, stuck in the bed, can't see, can barely hear, and he has the best attitude of anybody I think I've ever met. And it's kind of what Ecclesiastes is describing, the ability to be content and happy with where we are, with doing the things that we have to do, with what God has given us to be. He is just so grateful that these people take care of him, and he is fed and he's warm and he's clean and he's super grateful. I think, wow, we would all do better if we would be more like this guy. So we are now up to chapter 8 of Ecclesiastes. Who is like the wise man, and who knows the interpretation of a thing? Wisdom makes one's face shine, and the hardness of one's countenance is changed. Oh, what a pretty idea, that when we have wisdom, it makes our face in a good way to shine and be, the hardness is changed. Verse 2, keep the king's command because of your sacred oath. Do not be terrified. Go from his presence. Do not delay when the matter is unpleasant. for he does whatever he pleases. For the word of the king is powerful, and who can say to him, "What are you doing?" Whoever obeys a command will meet no harm, and the wise mind will know the time and way. For every matter has its time and way, although the troubles of mortals lie heavy upon them. Indeed, they do not know what is to be, for who can tell how it will be? No one has power over the wind to restrain the wind, or power over the day of death. There is no discharge from the battle, nor does wickedness deliver those who practice it. All this I observed, applying my mind to all that is done under the sun, while one person exercises authority over another to the other's hurt. So that was verses 2 through 9, actually. And we had a little footnote about the wind. Well, actually a couple of footnotes, and at least part of it, the Hebrew was uncertain. We've had that before, where the translators do their best, but these words are so ancient that it's very difficult to say what exactly does this mean. But this certain passage from 2 to 9 definitely saying that if the king commands you to do something, you need to do it, because who can tell the king, "No, what are you doing?" You have to obey the commands of the king. And then no one has power over the wind to restrain the wind. The footnote says, the Syrian, compare the Greek, everything that confronts them is everything. So I like the way the translator did it. No one has power over the wind to restrain the wind, or power over the day of death. There are some things that we cannot control, and the sooner we come to terms with the fact that we cannot control certain things, the better we all are. And of course, the wonderful serenity prayer that starts out with, "Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference." Great example of wisdom. That prayer actually is a short part of a much longer prayer, but it's the same idea. There are things in life that you cannot control, that you have zero power over. The day of death, what the king or somebody in charge over your life says to you, how things are going to happen, we have no way of knowing and no way of controlling most of it. And the sooner we can be serene and accepting about the things we cannot change and have the courage to change the things we can, then the better our life goes. Verse 10 through 13. Then I saw the wicked buried. They used to go in and out of the holy place, and were praised in the city where they had done such things. This also is vanity, because sentence against an evil deed is not executed speedily. The human heart is fully set to do evil. Though sinners do evil 100 times and prolong their lives, yet I know that it will be well with those who fear God, because they stand in fear before him. But it will not be well with the wicked, neither will they prolong their days like a shadow, because they do not stand in fear before God. So sometimes we see the wicked and we think, oh, why are they prospering? Why are they living long? Why are things going well? But the reality is they will die, as we all do, and eventually yet I know that it will be well with those who fear God. And I think, especially as Christians, we say we all come face to face with God, and we should be prepared to meet God at the end of our lives. Verse 14 through and 15. There is a vanity that takes place on earth, that there are righteous people who are treated according to the conduct of the wicked, and there are wicked people who are treated according to the conduct of the righteous. I said that this also is vanity. So I commend enjoyment, for there is nothing better for people under the sun than to eat and drink and enjoy themselves, for this will go with them in their toil through the days of life that God gives them under the sun. So this terrible thing, this vanity, this meaninglessness that The righteous are treated according to the wicked are treated according to the righteous. But what does the writer recommend? To eat and drink, enjoy themselves, because that goes with them as they do their work. Verse 16 and 17 will be the end of chapter 8. When I applied my mind to know wisdom and to see the business that is done on earth, how one's eyes see sleep, neither day nor night, then I saw all the work of God, that no one can find out what is happening under the sun. However much they may toil in seeking, they will not find it out. Even though those who are wise claim to know, they cannot find it out. So we cannot know what God is doing, why God is doing what God is doing. Sometimes we're like, why, Lord? Why is this happening? And we do not know. Sometimes we cannot know because we are not God. Chapter 9. So this is kind of the advice in light of the fact that the wicked are treated like the righteous and the righteous are treated like the wicked. Chapter 9. All this I laid to heart, examining it all, how the righteous and the wise and their deeds are in the hand of God. Whether it is love or hate, one does not know. Everything that confronts them is vanity, since the same fate comes to all, to the righteous and the wicked, to the good and the evil, to the clean and the unclean, to those who sacrifice and those who do not sacrifice. As are the good, so are the sinners. Those who swear are like those who shun an oath. So everybody's the same, good, bad, right, wrong. People who swear, people who don't swear, they're all end up the same. Verse 3, this is an evil in all that happens under the sun, that the same fate comes to everyone. Moreover, the hearts of all are full of evil. Madness is in their hearts while they live, and after that they go to the dead. But whoever is joined with all the living has hope, for a living dog is better than a dead lion. The living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no more reward, and even the memory of them is lost. Their love and their hate and their envy have already perished. Never again will they have any share in all that happens under the sun. So that was chapter 9, verses 1 through 6. And the idea that everybody ends up the same way. We all are going to pass away. We're all mortal. We're all going to die eventually. So whether good or bad, right or wrong, we say oaths, we don't say oaths, but everybody's evil anyway. But interesting that basically the writer is saying it's better to be alive because you know you're going to die, but you're not dead and you're enjoying the life that you have, because once you die, then there's the memory of, even the memory that you existed is gone. Everything that you were working on or doing, all the emotions, they're all gone. So I love this line, better a living dog than a dead lion. So this continues, verses 7 through 10. Go eat your bread with enjoyment and drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has long ago approved what you do. Let your garments always be white. Do not let oil be lacking on your head. Enjoy life with the wife whom you love, all the days of your vain life that are given you under the sun, because that is your portion in life, and in your toil at which you toil under the sun. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might. For there is no work or thought or knowledge or wisdom in Sheol to which you are going. So while you're still alive, enjoy your food, enjoy your spouse, enjoy your life, enjoy your work hard, do the work you have and do it with all your might, and enjoy your food, enjoy your relationships, enjoy what you have while you've got it, because eventually it's going to no longer be the case. Verses 11 and 12. Again I saw that under the sun the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, nor bread to the wise, nor riches to the intelligent, nor favor to the skillful, but time and chance happen to them all, for no one can anticipate the time of disaster. Like fish taken in a cruel net, and like birds caught in a snare, so mortals are snared at a time of calamity when it suddenly falls upon them. So, an interesting sentence that two sentences really, that sounds very cynical, because the race isn't to the swift, the battle not to the strong, bread to the wise, riches to the intelligent, favor to the skillful. It all comes down to time and chance. And I would say it's both, because yes, there are many people who are very skillful, but if they don't have luck, then they don't have success. You have to have a lot of things besides smarts. You also have to have connections and luck and skill. Skill is good, riches are good, intelligence is good. You also have to have just plain good luck, good chance, good time, good work. And then we all have come to the end of our lives, and the day comes when the day comes, and we're all caught in it, whether we want to be or not. So verses 13 through 16. I have also seen this example of wisdom under the sun, and it seemed great to me. There was a little city with a few people in it. The great king came against it and besieged it, building with great siege works against it. Now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. Yet no one remembered that poor man. So I said, wisdom is better than might. Yet the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heeded. So, little city saved by a poor man. The wisdom was good. The poverty is not so good. Last two verses in this chapter. The quiet words of the wise are more to be heeded than the shouting of a ruler among fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one bungler destroys much good. So a couple of little proverbs at the end of this chapter. That was verses 17 and 18 of chapter 9. So wisdom is super good, and wisdom can thwart a siege. It can thwart an attack. You can be smaller and weaker, but if you have good wisdom, you can use it to counteract a larger, stronger force. But it's better to be wise than foolish. And all the way through, we've heard what it's really good to do is to enjoy the life we have, enjoy the food we have, enjoy the relationships we have, enjoy the place where we live, the work that we have to do, and do the work with all our might. Not so that we can build some big empire that's going to get passed on to somebody else, but to be faithful in doing what God has given us to do, to enjoy our life while we are here. And because eventually we're all going to pass away, we're all mortal. This is what I find with hospice. I think I said this in our previous session. What's hard about hospice is not going and meeting people. It's such a privilege to try to be of service to people in hospice. I do not have the luxury, however, of pretending that I'm never going to die. And some of the patients that I have are my age or just a little bit older, a little bit younger. And I'm reminded that our day will come, and we never know whether it's going to be tomorrow, we have some terrible accident, or 30 years from now, we get to be very, very old. We don't know. We never know. And so, what are we called to do? We're called to be faithful to God. We're called to enjoy what we have, enjoy our relationships, enjoy our work hard, but don't get too caught up in trying to build this big thing and trying to create these huge things that are more than what God calls us to do. Because in the end, all of that is hevel. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord look at you with favor and give you peace. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Go in peace. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you again next time. Thank you so much for being here.